What's up, Future Hive? You already know what time it is. It's time for my album review of DS2, aka Dirty Sprite 2 from Future. What does Dirty Sprite mean? It's like slang for lean. I mean, come on, like, look at this album cover. Like, can't you tell? Even though this is technically not his album cover, he got it from a chemistry textbook. But that's all irrelevant. The Future Hive is here. Future is back with his next album on the success of 3 hot mixtapes. Let's talk about Future for a second, shall we? I mean, for the past 9 months, Future has been on an absolute tear. He has really ruled the hip-hop industry. With the release of 3 mixtapes over the course of 9 months, he's really taken over hip-hop next to the likes of Drake and Kendrick Lamar. First, we got Monster, which is my personal favorite. And then we got a nice follow-up in Beast Mode. Finally, you got pretty much everybody's other favorite mixtape, 56 Nights. So yeah, that's a lot of content. Future has been dropping a lot of content, and this is technically his 3rd studio album. You gotta respect this man's hustle and his work ethic. Future has been putting out just a massive amount of content and work, not to mention the features that he's been doing. And for that alone, I gotta salute Future, for real. He deserves it. Not to mention that his fan base is incredible. When you want to talk about the Future Hive, like, listen, the Future Hive is a real thing. Yeah, it comes from like the Beehive for Beyonce, but trust me, Future Hive has a lot more hilarious people a part of its, fan base. Listen, beyond all that, let's talk about the album DS2 Dirty Sprite 2, which is actually the sequel to one of his mixtapes from 2011, Dirty Sprite. Off the bat, in my opinion, DS2 is not as good as any of his 3 previous mixtapes that he's put out over the past 9 months. That's not to say that it's not good. It's actually a really good album, but what he did with Monster, Beast Mode, and 56 Nights was just like otherworldly. So listen, most of the album, most of DS2 is produced by Metro Boomin and Southside, longtime collaborators of Future. Sonically, all of it sounds really, really cohesive. I mean, it's never a moment where I don't feel like that this is a piece of Future's work. There's never a moment where I don't feel like that this is all one album and it doesn't feel all over the place. Sometimes it's like a little bit of a disadvantage. It might be a little too cohesive. It's like one long track, like just like a 45-minute track. I do think that another weakness of the album, it has a lot of tracks on the album. That's not even including bonus tracks. He has like 4 bonus tracks for the deluxe edition. But overall, it comes out to about 45 minutes to 50 minutes, which is a bit long for Future for me. Because when you talk about his mixtapes, they're a little bit shorter, 56 Nights and Beast Mode in particular are short mixtapes. They're like 30, maybe 35 or 40 minutes long. And that's about all the Future that I really need at one moment in time. Regardless, I will say DS2 is a really good addition to his collection and his body of work. The album has 1 feature on it, and you already know who it's from. It's from Drake. And Drake barely got the feature on here. He submitted the feature and the song, his verse, the night that the album was due. Luckily, he got it in. I think it's one of the better tracks of the album. Favorite track, and I think the favorite track of many, is I Serve the Bass. I think it actually should have been an intro instead of the second song. I think Blow It Back is going to be a pretty hot song too. I think it'll catch fire. But beyond what I've already mentioned, I don't know if there are really any big hip-hop radio club tracks here. It's really a focused album that doesn't seek to be a crossover mass appeal album. That's awfully funny because it's projected that it's going to sell 125,000 copies in its first week, which for Future, that's easily going to be his biggest album so far. And you got to remember that this came with absolutely no promotion. That's the trend nowadays. He announced it a week before it came out and just put up the pre-order link on iTunes and just sent everybody in a frenzy. So yes, everybody has been waiting on DS2. Is it Future's greatest work? No, not in my opinion. Is it a good addition to his body of work? Yes. See, even though it's not the best addition, that doesn't hurt Future's legacy or where he stands at today. Future still is like the king of club anthems. He's still like the king of like the trap music and all of that. He has one of the most unique and impressive voices in hip-hop. Nobody sounds like Future, but everybody tries to imitate Future. He has incredible songwriting skills. Let's just go ahead and mention Body Party for Ciara, Drunk in Love for Beyonce. I mean, come on. He rarely does interviews. He's done like 2 interviews in like the past 6 months maybe. And like I said, his work ethic is just bananas. He's everywhere. You gotta give props to Future. This isn't the greatest. His other 3 mixtapes were a lot better, but this isn't gonna hurt his legacy. He said he has another album coming out this year, so we have something else to look forward from Future. So my final score for this album is going to be a 6.5 out of 10. Future Hive, please do not jump down my throat. Please, I'm just trying to be impartial. It's a good album, but you know he has better stuff, alright? So just stick with me. But I think he'll be back with much better material later this year. Alright, Future Hive, that's all I got for my review of DS2. As always, follow me on social media at JRWTheCreator, Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Show me some love, please. And then go check out my website, JordanRWilliams.com, and you'll see all other blogs about entertainment, music, movies, whatever it is that you want to see. And I will see y'all next time.